What's good, y'all? This your boy Blak G 92. Had to make a return to this platform right here due to being absent, mainly because of this Hurricane Helene that just came through and just swept through a gust like no other, just knocked out everything, just threw off all my plans for this month. Thus being the 31 days of Halloween, which I still plan on doing. So even though it may not be as many videos that I plan on doing, but you know what I mean, I'm just gonna keep on soldiering on and just going strong with this content right here. So I'm gonna get a lot more coming in, and might be daily, might be like a day or two apart, but it's gonna be a lot of videos. Might get a surprise cameo as well from someone in my family. So be on the lookout for that. And that mess up's gonna be in there, so fuck it. But anyway, this is gonna be my quick album review of Brotha Lynch Hung's fourth studio album that came out June 27th in the year 2000, about 24 years ago. So, but it was my first listen of the album, and like I said, it came out in that year, and it's his fourth studio album. It's titled EBK4. And also, I like to say some background information on the album. It was released by his label Black Market Records in the midst of a dispute that kicked off sometime during or after Loaded. The album Loaded was released. That Brotha Lynch Hung had some issues, financial contractual issues with his label Black Market Records, and thus the album was unfinished. And other artists had to come in and like record verses and like all that jazz to kind of complete the album and complete the songs that were left incomplete. And the album was released, well, before the album even saw the light of day. Some thieves, let me see, because I just found this out on Wikipedia that some like thieves broke into his home and like taking songs that were still in progress, most of which still appear on the album. Now, yeah, so that was some crazy shit that I just found. I was like, damn, an actual home invasion that took place where a song. I don't think it was. Now, come to think of it, I don't think it was said exactly where it took place, but it just said like a home invasion. So I'm gonna correct myself on that. Probably wasn't his home, but it was like someone's home was probably broken into that had the songs that were stolen that are still in the process of being recorded and pressed up for release. And Black Market went ahead and released the album without the consent of Brotha Lynch Hung. So, right. And of course, with all the extra features, I would add on to the incomplete songs. So, with all that information I just found out, which was posted recently, I think he may have mentioned in an interview, which I might end up doing. I have to get back to doing. Just watch interviews of artists I used to listen to, I used to follow as well, which Brotha Lynch is one of those artists. And because like I said, I had no idea this was going on. But it's very interesting. And going to the album, I definitely get the feel that there was a bit of that whole pasting job, kind of just like pasting job as far as the extra verses and such, because a few of them didn't sound like they were synced with Lynch's verse, and then some of Lynch's verse sound kind of distorted. And I think there's one song where the beat sounded louder than the vocals. But aside from those like mishaps, and also I have to mention the producer on most of the songs on the album. I mean most of the songs, but almost the entire album is Funk Beta, who made an appearance on the Loaded album, which is amazing, by the way. And thus far with the first listen, it wasn't as bad as people say it was online, because I know a lot of people really dislike this album. But I do understand where they're coming from, because if you compare it to say 24 Deep, Season of Sickness, and Loaded, because like Brotha Lynch was on a whole nother level on those albums. I might even do a video, not a video, but do a review on Loaded. And not gonna take too long discussing on which songs I liked, and I might touch on songs I didn't care for, but you know what I mean. But I might just more so highlight the songs I did like on here, and one of it being his version of Every Single Bitch, which originally was X-Rated song that came out on his Psychoactive album. Yeah, X-Rated's album, the one he released before he went to prison. And like Brotha Lynch's version was pretty solid. It was pretty nice, good little tribute to that song. And I think it's most of the same. I'm gonna have to re-listen to every single bitch, but based on I'm hearing, it's more or less the same type of track that the '91 song was. It was pretty nice. It was updated for the Y2K. You know what I mean? And another favorite track of mine is Dog Market, featuring Snoop Dogg when he was signed to No Limit. And Snoop Dogg came through with this thing on the verse, you know what I mean? There's his No Limit flow that he had back in 99 to 98 to 2000. Pretty nice. And like Brotha Lynch gave a solid verse too. I'm not sure if they was in the studio together recording it or Snoop was in the verse in, but nonetheless, it was pretty nice. And another favorite track is Raw Meat with Keek the Sneak. And if I would not guess, I would never have guessed I would like a Keek the Sneak verse or a song. I mean, now, not to say, like, I have listened, matter of fact, I have listened to a song I did like from him called "That's My Word" joint. But this verse right here got me wanting to check out his stuff with 3 Times Crazy and his solo work, more of his solo work. Is yeah, his verse is done his signature Keek the Sneak style. I can't really describe it. It's very unique and unorthodox. So like it's something that you either gonna vibe with it or you're not gonna really vibe with it. But it's pretty nice. I say he may have low key outshined like Brotha Lynch on this song, but it's pretty Raw Meat's pretty nice nonetheless. And another song I liked on there, let's see, because like I said, it's only been my first listen. It's either Naked Cheese or Catch You. It's Catch You and Naked Cheese. It's like both those songs I kind of liked as well. So about like 5 songs I thought were the best, and it was a couple other songs on there which I might have to revisit to like give a full take on it, but that were pretty decent. The other ones, they were alright. You know what I mean? Nothing that I would go back to, but nothing I was like, oh man, this kind of trash. None of that, but I mean, and like I said, the production on here, even though it was made by the same producer, didn't really have the same umph that he had on Loaded, like say Funk Beta and Brotha Lynch. I feel like that song, I feel like not that song, but I feel like the album they were just more in sync. But you can tell with this album, like Brotha Lynch wasn't really into it like that. You feel me? And I guess it's something that's easy to tell. Like once you read the background information of albums, you can kind of tell like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this joint, and it kind of shows in the verses. Matter of fact, one song that was good was the joint that previously appeared on Loaded, which is kind of lazy. It shows like the mess up of how this album came together. I think it was Hold It. It's actually titled One More Pound, but on this album, it's titled Holding On. It featured D-Dub on the hook, and it's like like I said, the real title is One More Pound, and it's the same exact song that appeared, same exact song that it was as it appeared on Loaded. So it was just lazy on Black Market's behalf. I don't know. So it definitely shows that this album was just thrown together at the last minute and just threw out there just to move some units. And like both parties were not seeing eye to eye. So yeah, it kind of brought down the quality of the album. Because like if your best song is the song that made an appearance on the previous album, it's a sign of trouble. So I like to say, if I had to give a rating of this album, and why is this pressed? Hopefully it's not muted. There is a bright red too. But anyway, anywho, if I have to give a rating of this album, I might give it about a 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Like maybe, like I said, 3 mics out of 5, 3 stars out of 5. Nothing that's like outright terrible, nothing that you would miss out on. And you definitely have more time. And if you're willing to buy a physical copy, unless you're a completist, there's other albums you can buy. But anyway, this your boy Blak G 92. About to sign off. Holla at your boy. Peace. By the way, this is the first video for the 31 days of Halloween. So be a lot more content on the way. Holla.